So, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even really know how to start this. Hi, so my name is Sunny. Hello. And I just feel like I should probably introduce myself. And I'm about to introduce my nursery, which feels weird. I don't really know how to jumpstart this off because it's been like a work in progress. And I'm really excited to finally show the finished result, as well as like my crib slash toddler bed, which you'll see I'm really, really excited about it, and just everything in here in general. So let's take a peep. Hello, it's me. So just to give a better layout of the room, I'm gonna go through, we're gonna talk about some things. So I have a mirror on the back of my door, a little space heater. My high chair is here. It's made by Cozy Fox, and I've got this really pretty walnut tray, as well as like some extra straps for being super secure, with a cute little fox shoulder pad on it. And you can see the little carved pig in here. I love my high chair so much. It's two-toned. I want to say that the lightwood is birch and this guy's walnut. So next to my high chair, the little piggy on there, I have this giant Edison light bulb, and it used to just be a plain lampshade, and I took it off, spray painted it gold, and then we got this giant fancy bulb. The other detail you'll probably notice is that I did a temporary wallpaper, so everything in here is rental friendly. So I put up some vinyl wallpaper. Do not recommend doing it on a warm day when the next day is a 40-degree difference, because yeah. This is one of my favorite and most special items. It was a gift from my best friend. It is a toy box, but it is also the perfect height and meant to be a spanking bench that just looks inconspicuous. I don't know. But the little bunny and fox represent me and her. And then it has these hard points on the side, as well as one in the back that doesn't stick out and scratch the wall or touch it. And even from the inside of the box, there's a wooden heart. So it totally looks like a toy box, and you would never guess that it's actually for bondage and spanks. And then inside, it's kind of a mess in here. So there's a play gym in here. Keep like some of my wooden toys in here. Lego sets, calicos, coloring, books. I also do this weird thing where I will look at a book, but I won't read it until it's been read to me, because I don't want to ruin the first time. Even if it's like a childhood favorite. So keep all my toys in here. I have a matching bunny. I have a couple of these wooden toys that match my box, and they were meant for like adult hands, so they always make me feel so small when I hold them. This guy is new. It's a carrot puzzle toy, and each carrot is like a different width and length. Super cute. And then it's a little shape sorting toy. It also matches my bed and high chair. I've had this sorting set from IKEA that I painted a long time ago for years. Some bubbles are hiding back there. And then I got this train set at IKEA when I got some finishing touches for this room. And told myself I wouldn't crack it open until I got the crib. And oh my gosh, I've been so eager to put it together and have all the nostalgia of the train. And I should probably introduce this big boy. His name is Seneca. He's my big bear that I thrifted forever ago on a not so good day. And then behind on the side, I keep my play gym and then my play gym gates, which that used to be my crib that I would set up on my bed. And now this is my crib. Something that started out small but ended up growing and becoming one of my favorite parts of the room is this gallery wall. And every little part of it just represents something about me, and so whenever I'm in here, it just feels undeniably like my room, from how much I enjoy medical fetish stuff, these prints, a vintage bondage print, my Garbage Pail Kids cards. If you can guess who these people are, oh my goodness, I will adore you for forever. I have a stoic quote on a letterboard. My best friend also gave me this very sweet little deer. Frank Sinatra. Little House in the Big Woods was my favorite series as a kid, and I was absolutely obsessed with pioneers and all things rustic and forest. I have my Lady Lamb vinyl and this super cute fox edges, and it wouldn't be complete without Dwight and Stanley. Toy Story is one of my favorite movies when I'm feeling small, so I have that book as well as The Good Dinosaur and more Garbage Pail Kids cards because there's a local comic book shop and I just really adore them. A little gizmo, and of course all the trees. And over here, kind of hard to see, literally standing on this puzzle box. I have a map of Fraggle Rock and a random little painting that I did. I used to have an old school like white bulb in here, and so I've changed every single light in this room to an Edison bulb of different style and shape and size. But it makes the entire room feel really warm and cozy, especially with such like a cool toned and really busy back wall. I didn't want this area to get like too busy. I have my puzzle box, which also doubles as a step stool. It's how I get in and out of my crib if I don't want to take the gates off. And it's kind of silly when I climb in. But so helpful. And I'm not the tallest person, so having this makes a world of difference. But I have been on such a blanket kick this year compared to stuffed animals. I love my Pooh Bear almost always in my bed, but having a blankie, like I love to wake up and pick a different blankie, or when I'm tired, grab one to like head onto the couch or lay in here. I've only had my crib since Sunday, so it's been 3 days with it now. This cute new Winnie the Pooh blankie, a farm one, some knits that are smaller, my little lemons. Some of these are bigger ones and I use them for like backdrops and put them on the floor to like kind of change up how a set might look. One of my favorite ones is this veggie blanket. If you couldn't tell my obsession with carrots and vegetables. I have some locking mitts from the Straight Jacket shop, and my pumpkin blankie, and then like I said, this little corner. Just hiding some things. Another part of this is my phone. I have this random little basket I've had forever and a cage that I ended up stacking all my pacifiers in, and a little tea light holder. And then another one of those cute wooden animals I was talking about. And since I've started getting into like cloth diapers, I have this little mason jar that I keep all my diaper pins in. And then this basket kind of just has diaper essentials. I've got some wipes, some Pampers are sneaking back there, powder. Burt's Bees powder is honestly my absolute favorite. I like the way it smells. It doesn't smell like classic baby powder, but it's still so good. A bottle, and then I keep all my little pacifier clips in here as well. And then believe it or not, oh wait, sorry. And then this pacifier, which I got from Nurture ABDL. Super cool. Paigey ended up designing and scaling and 3D printing this mold and then getting them made with all silicone like a Suvi. And then, believe it or not, I do wear panties. I keep them in this drawer. And then these two are just some different onesies and a little dried bag of lavender. And then down here is just like more onesies and shirts. So my house is weird in the sense that I have no storage closets. So I essentially turned this from a clothing closet into a complete storage closet. So I had room for extra things and to not have my vacuum and certain things just hanging out in my living room anymore. As well as there's a vintage diaper stacker on this side, which I just have to sew some ribbons onto it so I can hang it from the crib and then have like easy access to some of my favorite diapers. So that's cool. I have an extra mobile, my car seat is in here, and this is kind of where I keep extra diapers, sheets, blankets, tools, very random like decoration and prop type of stuff. I used to have this shelf in here originally right there and ended up moving it to the closet. These are some modified diapers from the Super Baby, like this. These ones are Mickey, and then this is like a box full of poo ones, which is so cool. And I actually got them from Baby Girl Mommy. So stoked. The fact that they come in the box and everything just makes them feel so cute and authentic. Some extra pull-ups on top. Good nights that they don't make anymore. I'm kind of going through a weird vintage good nights phase. So I have some all white like 90s good nights, some more of the modified ones, some of my samples from the Diapers A sample shop, oop. Some diaper cons, little for big. This is some more Pampers. Huggies, Fabines, DC Amores. These are from Cuddles. And then so are these plain white ones. And then I keep my bonnets up here too. An extra blanket, and then I keep all my cloth diapers in this bag. And then on top I have some extra Pampers, a bag of Cushies, pull-ups, an extra bag of Cuddles, and this really cute sun print, as well as a unicorn. It's so hard to get things from the UK, so I really hesitate to use these because, yeah, I do like them, but the tapes are so strong that the side paneling comes off before the tape does, and the unicorn ones are the worst. They're all white, are completely fine. I have no complaints, and I love them, but the other ones kind of have issues. Some tutus up there, and another box of Pampers hiding. I did get asked about how I store my diapers, and so this is one way that I do it. This is super exciting and a little different from some other cribs I've seen, and I'm not saying it isn't like just a that girl, like, no, I just had some specifics that I wanted and that I've always known that I wanted if I ever were to have like a nursery or a crib, and I've been asked how I even have like an entire room dedicated to this, and if it like makes me feel anxious because what if people come over, like things like that. So I will say that making content is part of my income, and I know sometimes people like don't like to hear that reality, but it is. And how I can justify doing this, it's not a nursery for sessions or for them just for myself to enjoy, and I currently live somewhere where having like an extra bedroom was feasible. During my time with quarantine, I decided why not go for it. I had my high chair that I got this year and was so excited to get another piece of furniture, especially knowing that I could get something like this that I don't know where else I would go if I wanted something custom like this, and from like an idea that I had from wanting to do walnut on the backboard, and my sides are like solid walnut panels. This guy is birch and then stained to match. And then I also have a toddler gate. So it's almost like a giant 3-in-1 convertible crib, which is really cool beans. The toddler bed looks so good, and it makes it really easy to get in and out of. It gives me like those big girl feels. And then you can have it without the gate at all, and then honestly you could probably dress it up as like a day bed, which would be kind of weird, and maybe you would get asked some questions about it, but I mean, it's less suspicious with no gate and still looks finished. And I just love the idea of like having a bed that serves more than one purpose. I've been sleeping in it ever since I've gotten it, and who knows how long it's gonna be before I like sleep in like what I like to call the big girl room next door. Because it's been so comfortable. Even the boards on the bottom of this are cut specifically to give it a little bit of spring. Some are tighter than others, and it's made it really comfortable compared to like the old box spring that I had underneath here. The other thing you'll probably notice is that it's really low to the ground. Most cribs are like 35 inches off the ground and even taller. Some of them are so tall that like I need like a step stool to just get up to the level to get in, even with the rails down. And I totally understand the appeal because it makes you feel so small, you're like so far from the ground. But I love sitting on the floor and being on the ground, and kept thinking, wow, like how small you feel when you're laying close to the floor and you see like all this ceiling and wall. I see my 2 lights on the other side. I see the mobile and still so much room. And then it's at a specific height that I requested, so I can like stand and do like grabby hands and lift it and carry it out, and then specifically for someone to stand and look over me. I'm just getting measurements. We were comparing and trying to get this down because this is the second design. The first one was, nothing was wrong with it in terms of like, it was really cute, a great design, but it wasn't what I had in mind, and I really wanted this warm and super cozy feeling to the nursery. It's still weird to even say that out loud. I wanted it to just reflect me, and I also didn't want to go like primary colors. I just wanted warmth all around. So my bed is all dark. My toddler bed gates are also really dark, and it ties in with my high chair. My toy box is all light, so I have like 1 light piece of furniture, 1 dark piece, and 1 two-tone, so when you look through, it's not crazy. The specifications were just that I wanted it to pretty much be a twin-size convertible bed, which I kept looking online for months, and I just didn't find it. And I had some encouragement when it came getting furniture or even wanting to set up a nursery. A certain someone was, you can't have a high chair and not have a crib. I don't know a baby who has a high chair and doesn't have a crib. Like, we have to fix that. It's like the inspiration to like finally just bite the bullet and do it. And then since this is such a big part of my life, so one of the questions I get asked about is, how can I have a room like this? Do I get worried about friends coming over or family? And to be quite honest, I got outed by a family member who like looked up and tried to find my stuff, and they did, and sent pictures that went around, and there's this whole story about it on Patreon. If you want like more details, if you're already on here, then yeah. So my parents already know what I do. Do we like talk about it in depth? No. Did I show my mom like this room before the crib was in, and I just had the mattress on the floor just without anything, just showing like the wall and the cabinet and how I had redone the closet? Yes, because she was just curious, so I showed her. But it's not like we were just like, oh yeah, like how's your diaper wearing fetish going? Like, no, not at all. It was more so she's just excited to see me actually like decorate a space. I've lived on my own since I was 17. I've never really bought furniture until this year or had like a theme or an idea in mind for a room, and especially with the pandemic and not having my normal job in town, I just took to planning things. So I was able to get like my wallpaper from Lowe's, some things from Target, some things I ordered online, some finishing touches from IKEA, and things that I have just had for a really long time, or like just really wanted as a little. Like my blankie basket is so, God, I just imagine waking up and picking out your favorite blankie for the day or for the night. I even think about like how special it would be to have like a caregiver pick out your blankie from the blankie basket, and yeah, I don't know. Your girl loves blankies. So the other thing is like friends and company coming over. I have a big family, so they never stay at my place. It's been years since they have. And even then, no one like barged into any of my rooms. They respect my privacy, and so I don't really have like nosy parents when it comes to this kind of stuff. I have 2 really close friends where I live, and one of them is Cherry, who I did the audio with and who wears diapers with me now sometimes, and is just like cool with it. And one other friend who, after like more than a year, I finally just told her because she came over like so often, and I felt stressed about like leaving stuff out. And I'm not saying like, oh, I just recommend telling like all of your close friends. Everyone is entirely different on how they feel and who they feel they should tell. But I told her, and she was so open-minded about it and non-judgmental, so she knows about the room. She hasn't seen it like done and stuff like that. She has sat in my high chair before because I used to have it out in the main room. And the nice part about having a room dedicated to it is I no longer leave little things just all throughout the house. I try to keep it all in here. So I actually feel less stressed about company coming over than I did before setting up this room. And yeah, I don't really have to worry about it. I have 2 close friends. It's the only like 2 people who ever come over here, other than like other people that I'm already friends with in the community, so they obviously know. And my family doesn't come up here. I go see them so I can see both sides. And they just kind of give me respect and like we have boundaries, and so that's how all of this works. It's definitely interesting, and it definitely gave me a lot of back and forth feelings with having a crib come, and even just with my high chair I felt it. It's like a 2 steps forward, 1 step back, like in your gut feeling, or the other way, like 1 step forward, 2 steps back, because it does feel like it is a really big commitment to like have a crib and have furniture. But it depends. Like, the fact that this can be a little bit more discreet is really nice. The fact that my high chair completely unscrews and disassembles, like, to just be completely flat. So if I ever did have someone come over and was really worried, like a landlord or something like that, I could break it all down and make this room, like, semi-normal. You know, it's a stretch, but... yeah, I'm obsessed with my crib, as you can tell, because I keep looking at it, and I ended up planning most of this room around what I wanted it to look like. I knew that I wanted these side panels cut a specific way. I knew that I wanted my gate to be a certain way. It was kind of hard because everything is normally a drop gate, and I know it's just kind of shying away from this, like, latch-in, but it's birch, so this is, like, a lighter piece, which is nice. And I have to because it's so low to the ground. But there's something about it being so low to the ground, and I am going to get some different mid-century legs. These ones aren't bad and they're totally fine. I just want like slightly like slender ones. These ones are a little chunky, but they're safe and stable. We actually did have like my dream legs, but when they came in, they were just too flimsy. And so we ended up swapping to these ones, and I didn't want to leave it on the ground. But something about the crib being so low and that you're able to... I use my puzzle box actually as a step stool to get in and out of it. Something about actually... I don't know. I don't know if it's because it's a twin and I still look so teeny in it. Like, I feel so small in it. When I saw the first picture in it, I was like, oh my gosh, because I was kind of worried that with the twin, would I just look like big in a small bed, but the sizing of everything, it feels like a legit baby crib, a little bit more than like an ABDL style crib. It just feels like a blown up baby crib, which is what my hopes and dreams are absolutely made of. And this style is actually going to be like available after working on this design and getting everything like laid out and it's saved. You can definitely let Kyle know if like you're interested in a bed like this or a crib like this. Yeah. I'm just rambling now. I'm so sorry. It's crazy that it's done. Like, I started this in late August and it's now like mid-November and the room is finally all finished and done. There's like nothing else I would change in here. I love my rug. It's my space. It just feels so warm and cozy. I'm like so proud of the time and effort that went into this, from creating tiny shelves out of Scrabble pieces, like Scrabble tile holders, and painting those so they could hold my Garbage Pail Kids cards, my favorite books and records with a command strip so they are still renter friendly, to learning how to do straight up electrical for my lights that are around my crib. They're actually sconces that are meant to be like a vanity light with a ground wire and 2 other wires that are already in the wall, and the way that it even mounts. So I had to end up doing some drywall anchors, and that's the part that isn't renter friendly. But this house has so many nails and random things that have already been anchored in that it's fine. So it's the only thing that I wouldn't recommend to like other spaces, and one day when I move, it's going to be interesting to see how I put them up somewhere else. But we will cross that bridge when we get there. Basically, those lights are supposed to go into a wire that's already existent in the wall. In order to get them to work and plug into the wall, I had to get an electrical lesson at Lowe's from one of the nicest employees ever and learn how to redo the electrical inside of it to a lamp cord. So I'm really proud of that because it's a skill I did not possess at all, and now I feel like confident about doing that and can like wrap wires just in the right way, like tape, and then they work without, you know, killing me or like electrocuting me. And I was just able to take something that I really wanted lighting wise in a rental and create myself, and even putting tracks along the light so it's not just a cord hanging from the entire wall. All of these small touches to make such a simplistic room. And when you see what the room looked like before, it used to just kind of be a place where we slept, and that was it. Like the living room, like watch TV, eat, whatever out there. I had the other room, which was like my office and mostly where I like canned and would film some content. And this is really just like a, you get dressed, you have extra stuff in here, and you sleep. So I'm trying to narrow down the little things that I have and like I'm really obsessed with this little legit, as in a baby pattern, legitimate like shirt with like cute little matching undies in this soft, warm, muted color. And so I got rid of like a lot of different little clothes over the summer. I weeded down on a lot of things that I had so I could just truly love all the things that I had instead of just a hodgepodge of things I've had since I was 18. So it's getting a little more narrowed down. I'm sure you can tell that I am really into wood based off of like my toy box, my play gym, which we'll save for another day, my high chair, and my crib are all my like ABDL furniture. And then I have 2 custom and larger size toys, which these are just supposed to get released at the end of this month, so that's exciting. Especially the fact that this one doubles as a step stool. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll have to like talk about all my toys and go through like my toy box and the things I have because I really like them. So I just wanted to answer some things about it. Oh, I also I was asked about my diaper storage, so it's in the closet, as well as my big girl bed has these deep drawers underneath it. Once again, I have an entire diaper collection video that's a little bit old, and as in I made it a couple months ago, and my stash hasn't changed too much. I've had a couple new additions. I've definitely dwindled down through some things because I've been wearing like a lot lately. I know I'm not right now for this video, but oh my god, I think we're not even getting into how often I've been wearing diapers, but it's been a lot, so I've been really going through my stash, which is nice. Oh man. So, this is my cool ass crib.